Hello.
Hello and welcome back to the Gold Newsletter. My name is Kai Hoff and I'm the @JR Mining Guy over on X. And of course, with Brian London, I'm the host of the Gold Newsletter channel. And I'm looking forward to welcoming back Tim Moody in a few short seconds. He's the president and CEO of Pan Global Resources, a company we've had on a few times here on the channel. A company I follow religiously. I'm invested. We work closely with them. And I'm quite excited about the Escacena project down in Spain. Really interesting copper project. And we'll catch up with Tim now and to maybe start with a recap of 2024, what went well, what didn't go so well, perhaps, but also give an outlook for 2025. Personally, I'm quite excited about what is happening on site. They'll start drilling here any day or any second, any minute. Like Tim will give us the details here. And I'm quite excited about the Bravo target. Tim will share some more light on that as well. But before I switch over to my guest, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps our channel out tremendously, and we do appreciate that. Now, Tim, it is great to have you back on the program. Happy New Year to you, health and wealth. I hope you started off well.
Yeah, thanks. And I'm looking forward to an exciting 2025. It's an important year for us.
Absolutely, it could be absolutely pivotal. As I mentioned, Bravo is the number one target in my opinion here, of course. But you've got other prospective targets on the project. Yes. We'll get to those. But Tim, before we get to 2025, we'll need to recap 2024 a little bit. What were some of the highs, some of the lows that you can share with us, and what did you learn from 2024?
Yeah, well, I guess let's start with the lows, and then we work up from there. I think so. I guess the low was we were optimistic at the beginning of the year, but we ended up taking quite a cautious approach through the year, which is given the market conditions, the lack of responsiveness to good news, etc. So that was a little frustrating for the team. I guess that's what didn't go so well. The share price didn't go as well as we would have liked, particularly given the good results that we were putting out. So, but look, when we step back at the end of last year and we looked at what we had achieved, I think it was still quite a good year in total, despite the conditions. I mean, we reported nearly 5,000 meters of drilling with sort of 20 to 30 extra drill holes. We expanded La Romana and showed the mineralisation was still open there, and that's the near surface mineralisation, but it's open in some other areas. And we showed there's still potential for that to grow significantly. So that was quite a good outcome. Secondly, the Cañada Honda discovery, which we'd only had a couple of holes in 2023, and look, we increased that to 16 holes, and we've now we can see a very big target there. We were hitting potentially all grade and width copper and gold mineralisation. It's a deeper target, but we can see something that's perhaps 3 kilometres long. It's going to take some more drilling, but so we moved that forward. And in addition to that, we moved a number of other targets in the portfolio forward and ready for drilling. So yeah, that set us up for 2025. We've got over 15 targets most of which are drill ready and have never been tested. So that's a pretty good outcome. I guess the other two notable positives for the year were the metallurgy results. We put out some really spectacular copper and tin metallurgy from the La Romana discovery. That's industry leading in some respects. Certainly when you compare the copper metallurgy that we have at La Romana compared to all the other producing mines and some of those near-term development projects, we have better concentrate grades, better recoveries, no deleterious minerals, all of these sort of things. Then the tin metallurgy was also a real surprise to us, but equally very good. We've shown we can produce potentially a premium grade tin concentrate. Again, very, very high recoveries and no deleterious or low deleterious minerals. So that was very good. And then we culminated the year with quite a successful financing, which has topped up our treasury by another 7.2 million and attracted some new investors, including a strategic private investor company in Spain, and as well as some more European investors as well. So overall, I think it was a very good year, but it's set us up for what I think will be a truly exciting 2025.
Yeah, absolutely, Tim. Like, you really set the foundation there in 2024. You just announced last week, your plans for 2025. What's the highest priority this year, Tim?
Yeah, look, one thing I did say, we actually got access to the Bravo target as well, which was also quite a milestone for us. It was clearly a high priority gravity anomaly just near Laramana, looked just like it. So we got access to that, moved that forward. So look, Bravo, given its location, the size of the gravity anomaly, the coincident geochemistry, etc., it is a very high priority target. We're just finishing off some IP at that target at the moment, and then we'll roll the drill rigs on there. So I'm pretty optimistic we'll have a drill rig there, if not the end of this month, sometime early February. So that's right up there. Obviously, the extensions of Laramana are still a high priority for us, but as we announced with the plan for this year, we've got 15 other targets, and we're planning to drill 5 new targets this year. So,
oh, fantastic! Like Tim, how many meters in total? How many drill holes? Do you have a rough idea that you can share with us?
Yeah, so we're looking at somewhere around 7,000 to 8,000 meters of drilling, probably around 30 drill holes, something of that order. So yeah, and we'll see how that goes. I mean, we're rolling the dice here. We recognise that making a new discovery could have the best impact for us on the share price. So that's why we're putting such emphasis on drilling new targets. But we're not leaving behind Laramana. Obviously, that's our flagship project. We want to move that forward with the delineation drilling so that we can come out with a resource sometime this year.
Tim, as you know, I'm an investor as well, so I like to ask questions a typical investor would ask during these interviews, because I'm trying to understand, why are you drilling at Laramana first in 2025 and not Bravo? Like, why'd you mobilize the rig there first? Was it just rig availability, access? Can you specify?
Yeah, so we had a drill site already prepared at Laramana, and shallow drilling. So we thought, well, we can roll a drill rig on there straight away. We had some wet weather earlier in the year as well, so that influenced our decision. Bravo's not quite ready for drilling, so we wanted to finish the IP. That was also delayed a bit by the weather, but look, we have one drill rig operating now at Laramana, and we actually have a second rig already drilling at one of the other new targets called Encina, so just off to the west of Laramana. So we have 2 rigs operating right now, and we've also completed the access to one of our targets in northern Spain, and we could have a drill rig turning there before the end of the year, before the end of the month, I should say.
No, fantastic. Yeah, your last press release is like you're accelerating exploration. It's like, I like the aggressiveness and the approach there this year, Tim. Are you going to share the results of the IP with us before you start drilling, or like are you planning to release that, or should we just look for updates in the presentation?
Yeah, look, we'll definitely announce the start of drilling, and obviously the IP is something that we're using to help refine and position the drill rigs so that we can maximise, I guess, the chance of success. So I expect when we announce that we've started drilling at Bravo, because there's obviously a lot of people such as yourself that are keenly anticipating the start of drilling there, that we'll also point out where we've got some success with the IP.
Absolutely. No, it sounds fantastic, Tim. Carmenes project in northern Spain, maybe jumping around here a little bit. What's the plan for this year at Carmenes? Maybe you can elaborate a little bit.
Yeah, so the Carmenes project, we as you know, we started work on that last year. It's a pretty exciting target. It's sort of somewhat opportunistic, as was our first foray into the Escacena project. That was an opportunistic acquisition to begin with, and so we started systematic sampling over an area of the Carmenes project, covering 2 of the high priority areas where there was some historical mining, the Providencia target and the Profunda target. They're both sort of unusually high grade breccia pipe type bodies. The Providencia target's never been drilled, so we've focused on that. So we should have some news out on the first pass sampling, and then the follow-up, detailed follow-up work that we've been doing at Providencia. So we should have a news release out on that very shortly.
No, fantastic. Tim, I should have asked you before jumping to Carmenes, but Encina, like a bit of a new name to me. You haven't mentioned it in any of our interviews. Can you give us some more details on Encina? Why the second drill rig there? What excites you about Encina?
Yeah, again, it's partly access given the sort of some of the wet conditions that we had early in the year, but it's a prominent gravity anomaly, a little bit of geochemistry, and we've got some helicopter electromagnetic support. It's entirely blind target. In other words, there's no rock sticking out of the ground, a bit like Bravo. So, we saw that as one of these sort of easy tests. We'll put 2 or 3 drill holes into that and see what we get. These are sort of scout holes, if you like, but we felt we had enough information there that we could position the drill holes straight away. So it's one of many. And look, any one of these could be the moneymaker. So you never know with exploration, obviously.
Absolutely. No, my money still is on Bravo, Tim. So get on that. Get on that. Get on Bravo, Tim. I'm really excited there.
We're we're excited about that one as well. So no, it's just the scale of it, the location, the way the geochemistry lined up with that gravity anomaly. It all has come together very well on that one. So fingers crossed that's going to be another discovery for us.
No, fantastic. Tim, like, how's progress at the drill, like La Romana? Like, what do you expect in terms of like news flow, lab turnaround times? Can you give us a bit of guidance on timing when we can expect to see first results?
Yeah, so I think we're already onto the second hole at La Romana of the planned drilling there, and we're well into the first hole at the Encina target. So, look, I expect that the next sort of 3 or 4 months we'll have knocked off a good portion of that drilling, and look, we'll do as we've done before, publish drill results in batches. So either by target or it's depending on what we intersect as well. So yeah. So next news, we should have a lot of news actually, because we do have this sort of ongoing. In addition to the drilling, we've got ongoing ground exploration results to report from the project up in the north. We've also got the IP survey results, as I mentioned, from Bravo to that. I think should be newsworthy. So look, there's so much going on at the moment. The team is really super busy, obviously, with 3 drill rigs turning again. That's what they want to see.
Absolutely, we want to see that as investors, Tim. Like, we want to see that. We want to see the activity. Maybe last question: like, what will this all lead to? Can we expect a resource up at the end of the year? Like, can you give us some more details on that?
Yeah, what does success look like for us this year? Well, that we've delineated La Romana and we're putting out a resource. Secondly, that we've hopefully made 1 or 2 new discoveries, or good solid ore grade intersections in 1 or 2 new targets. So that's really the goal this year, and then hopefully we can get the share price on a roll, and that'll open up a whole world of other opportunities for us.
Drill, baby, drill. I think I've seen somewhere and read somewhere. I'm just paraphrasing and quoting, and no, fantastic. Tim, really, really good update. When do you expect the next news release? IP results should be the next one, I'm guessing.
Yes, so there's a draft news release circulating right at the moment, which is an update on the work that we've been doing in the Carmenes project up in northern Spain, a bit more particularly on the Providencia target, which is a really exciting target. Somewhat astonishing that this target's never been drilled before, but perhaps it's because there has been a lack of, detailed exploration over these somewhat unusual breccia pipes. So yeah, look out for that. There's some pretty interesting results in that news release.
Fantastic. Tim, thank you so much for making the time today. Good luck in 2025. I'm extremely excited. I made you one of my top picks at the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference for obvious reasons. I think we just discussed all of them. So Tim, good luck. Make me look good, please. I would appreciate that. And we'll catch up again very soon, Tim, here. Thank you so much. Yeah. And everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in here to the Gold Newsletter. I hope you enjoyed this update with Tim Moody. We recapped 2024 a little bit, but of course we talked about 2025. Bravo target, Encina, Carmenes, really, really exciting targets, which could turn the company around here. Or not just the company, it's not the company around, I apologize, the share price around. The company's in absolute perfect shape. The prospects are absolutely fantastic, as you've seen and heard. And make sure to check out the other videos and interviews we've done with Tim in the past. Don't miss those to get a full understanding of what is happening there in southern Spain. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't done so, like and subscribe to this channel. Helps us out tremendously and helps us share this interview with other like-minded investors. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back with lots more here on the Gold Newsletter channel.